Welcome to the Good HAE podcast, where this week I'm actually in Pencil's closet. This week we have a non-pencil.
I'm going to be drinking cough syrup for the drinking game.
Enigmatic Otaku.
Is it a spacious closet?
Milk. Ravage.
Bring out the chains and whips.
Rob Cakeman 53.
I didn't know it was part of this, but hi.
And of course we have our wonderful guest of honor, story approver, number, oh my god, what on the site? You're a really low number on the site.
9308.
Holy crap. We have the illustrious Zyrian.
You all know you love me.
We do. It's true.
So thank you for anyone and everyone who's tuning in for the first time, whether it be it on our YouTube channel or on Ponyville Live. This is an entirely user-customized podcast where we take all the questions that users submit over on Fanfictionnet, as well as the guests that have been voted on to be asked to come join us. God, that was a train wreck. And we ask them things they want to hear, things they don't want to hear, things nobody wants to hear. We're going to take a whole bunch of questions out of our thread, and for those who are watching us live on twitch.tv, go ahead and just ask a question, and we'll get to it as soon as we can.
Also, we're shit, and we didn't pick a drinking word. So, Zyrian, what is a word you say very frequently that will be a perfect drinking word for this podcast?
Oh.
Oh is the word.
No, I say all right a lot.
All right,
All right.
it is. Perfect.
All right.
Stop. It's stop.
Breeze, you said Rob Quakeman earlier.
Oh god.
You also said fanfiction.com, which actually is a site, but you poor bastard.
This is the best day.
Fanfiction.net. Oh god.
This is the best day.
Okay.
Oh god. What else have I missed? Is that everything?
I think that's everything. Did
Okay.
you make like Milk and yourself say hello?
Yeah. No. It's fine. Milk said hello, but
Oh, okay.
anyway, let's start off with a few actually interview-like questions for Zyrian.
Oh, cool.
So first of all, Zyrian, question number 1: who are you, and what have you done for the fandom?
I am a writer that writes almost never. I actually started editing for some people back in 2000. Thanks.
That was great.
Are you okay? Like, I think somebody's been attacked by a face hugger.
That might have
Continuing
been me.
on.
Sorry, I was trying not to cough.
Oh, and then you made that abomination of noise. No problem. I write sometimes, and I started editing for people back in late 2011, back in the old days when fanfiction used to suck. And then I write about one shot a year, and started going to conventions and meeting people and writing a little bit more. And somehow I ended up on the pre-reader team for reasons. Mostly because I got sick of the wait time getting a story published. So I'm like, well, this needs to be fixed. And it's still shit. So, I mean, we'll see.
Right. All you can do is the best you can. Question number 2: what is your favorite part of the fandom? The online community, the fanfics, the conventions, the music. What's your favorite part?
I'd say the writing part of the fandom, as well as the convention scene, is really freaking great. Like, for example, one of the people I started editing for back in 2011, Drax99, I started editing for him when I read his fic on fanfiction.net, because fanfiction didn't exist yet. And I asked him if he needed an editor. He did. Fast forward a couple of years, we're like neck deep in the fandom at this point. Like, there's no turning back. And this was the time when BroNYCon moved to Baltimore. I had just turned 18. I'm like, I can actually go to one of these things now without like being an unaccompanied minor, get put on a watch list or something. I don't know. And so we were talking about it, and Drax is like, hey, I live in Baltimore. My couch is free. Let's do this. And so I've been going to BroNYCon every year since 2013. And I mean, it's that sort of thing. Like the writing community is like super like close knit and like really cool, except when it's not. But for the most part, it's yeah, it's pretty cool and pretty inclusive. And stuff like that doesn't really happen, I don't think, outside of such a tight knit community where you can just be like, oh, here's this person I met online 2 years ago, and now he's taking a Greyhound bus like a third of the way across the country to go to a convention with this stranger. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
Awesome. If there's one thing you could say to your followers or your fans or the people that you mercilessly struck down in the story approval box, what would it be?
I'm sorry.
Are you really though? Are you really?
Am I really sorry?
Sorry.
No, because a good I mean, I can look. Let's see. I can look at my up to down approval disapproval ratio. I mean, probably about a third of the stories that get sent in get denied initially.
That high?
It's pretty high. Like for the past month, I've accepted 35 and denied 20. Well, actually, I've accepted 35. Or no, wait, I'm reading this wrong. Accepted 30, denied. No, accepted 66, denied 30. So it's interesting because a lot of stuff can get denied really easily. Like if you tag something wrong, and if you're a hard ass like Meester, you'll just be like, no. Or if you're like me, sometimes if it's just missing one tag and that's the only thing and it's the first time, I'll just add the tag myself and say don't do it again. Because if we deny a story and you resubmit it, it gets put at the back of the line. So to all the people that I've done that to, I'm sorry. To the people that don't make changes and just resubmit thinking that it's going to get through anyway, I'm not sorry. You deserve whatever fate befalls you. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I kind of like what I do. I mean, you have to have some I mean, you have to have some form of self-hatred to be in the writing, not really profession, because I don't get paid much.
No, you're right. You're right. You're correct. Trust me. You're right.
Yeah, you kind of have to hate yourself as well as everything around you. So there's a little bit of I'm sorry, but there's also a little bit of you deserve whatever comes to you when getting into this writing business.
Now, this brings up a question that I've been wondering. There's multiple approval mods, right? Correct?
Yes.
So who organizes who reads what story? Like
it's first come, first serve. The way that it works is we'll go to the queue, and when it opens up, it goes to the next fic that was added to the queue by time it was submitted, and it'll lock it out for 700 seconds. In those 700 seconds, we have to look it over, check everything, and if somebody else, if another mod comes on and wants to also work on the queue, it goes to the next one after that. And if I were to defer to another, like if there's a button where I can skip it and send it to another pre-reader so I don't get to see it, but they do, in case like I'm unsure about something, it'll shuffle it and put it next in line for anybody else who looks at it next. So it's by it's first come, first serve. Basically, if you submit your story first, you'll be first in line to get looked at. But depending on whoever gets to look at what story is completely dependent on who clicks the admin box first and decides to bite the bullet and just fucking do it.
Right. And I'm sure that there are times that just all of you are online at once and you're just completely clear to stories. There's nothing in the queue and you guys are able to just kick back and have a good time, crack open a few cold ones. It's good.
Once in a while that happens. And it's really weird when that happens. But like we used to use Slack for everything, and there used to be this bot that would say if there were over 10 stories in the queue, every hour or so it would be like, the queue currently has this many stories waiting. Step it up. I'm looking at you. Insert pre-reader here, and it was randomized. But like right now, we have It's actually not too bad. We have 27 stories in the queue right now. I'm probably going to take a crack at it later. But it usually doesn't get too terribly bad. The worst I've seen it was around New Year's, because we were all like doing life things and it got over 100, and that kind of sucked. But other than that, we do try to keep it as low as we can. So yeah.
Well, naturally. All right. Now we're going to go to some questions from the users. And naturally, the users always have the most in-depth, thought-provoking questions. So
They
remember
do
to keep
indeed.
everything, just go with the flow. And if someone asks something really deep, just go ahead and just let it ride.
I don't think I've actually looked at many of these. I maybe looked
Oh,
at the first
shit.
comment or two.
We're going to
No,
have a good time. On a serious note, though, if something is too uncomfortable, go ahead and feel free to pass.
All right.
Question number 1 comes from Chapped Penguin Lips, who's a group
good.
contributor to the Good HA podcast. Question number 1: You like candy colored horses? Well, what are you, gay? Oh wait, motherfucker.
Yes, I'm actually quite homosexual. I fill all the stereotype boxes of minorities. You got black, you got gay, you got the Native American, you got tall, you got fat, you got all the things put together, and it just makes this conglomeration of just I'm one step away from being a sassy black woman, but fate that that wasn't going to be what happened. So I became the second best thing, which is a gay black man.
Hold on, how homosexual are we talking here? Are we talking like you fart
Um,
rainbows, or are we talking
No, I'm not gold star, like platinum star gay, where I know the lyrics to like every musical that's on Broadway at this very moment. But I would, yeah. So
Look down, look down.
Stop! You've got the tune wrong, fucker.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I don't fart rainbows, and I like to think that I don't have the worst gay accent in the world.
You really
Usually
don't live
when
in California, you're fine.
Yeah, usually people usually when people ask, I say I'm 85% gay, because I can be convinced. I'll try anything. Some
So
women are hot.
chicks with dicks?
No, just well, I mean, if that so happens, then sure, why not? But
Exactly. Be open to things. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like I mean, I think it's more of a person by person basis. Like I'm not gonna put everybody in a box. Because if it's hot, and I've given up at this point in my life.
But what if boxes are their fetish?
If boxes are their fetish, then first you bring a lot of Vaseline because you're gonna get a lot of paper cuts.
It's true.
Yeah. Working in customer service, I have cut myself on any paper product that exists in the universe. I've given myself a paper cut on a dollar bill before. I'm surprised I didn't get tetanus and fucking die. But anyway, what was the question?
Perfect.
You answered it. You answered it.
Second question is, how did thou become a story approver, and how is it? Is it all it's cracked up to be?
I became a story approver. I think it was actually when I asked about it, because I was Rob Cakrin 53, Wanderer D, and Admiral Biscuit and myself go drinking once a week or so, and we talk shit about literally everybody, and it came up about like story approvers and shit like that, and eventually after a few weeks of pestering and shit, I got in, and is it everything I thought it would be? How is
I
it?
mean, it's no pressure on this question. I mean,
Well,
we
no,
just
I'm
recently
thinking
got
about it,
told
'cause,
that
like-
Nighty is going to hang out with us soon. So
Well, I mean, I like it in the sense that like I have powers. But I also, I mean, I like it in the sense that anybody who likes writing, like they don't really like it, or anybody who's an editor will feel me on this. You don't really like it, but it's something that you have to do for your own sake because everyone around you just sucks. And yeah, it doesn't really matter if I like it. I'm here and I still do it. And if I really didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. So I'm somewhere in the middle.
Right, I can totally agree with that. I mean, I understand as editor for some of Aku's stuff. Like, I totally get it.
Oh yeah, you just probably hate yourself at the end of that.
Oh yeah, and then Pencil edits for me. I'm sure she can attest to that.
I make you hate yourself a little more every time we speak.
Yep. So let's move to question number 3. What's the most common and avoidable mistake that you see when reading new stories?
Tab out your paragraphs. Tab out, space out your paragraphs. Tag your stuff right.
Oh my god, I hate those. I hate when people don't do that.
Yes, tag your stories, tab them out, space them out, use spell check, and have somebody else read it like first, unless you're really good at self-editing. Like if you just like have this dissociative identity disorder, you can just switch to one of your alters and have them read it because your eyes are not going to catch everything. And just have somebody else look at it, and like don't shoot above your means. There's a lot of stories that try to like be like these really big encompassing multi-universe everything, and they forget to put pony in it. So remember the ponies. And
They said that like remember the Alamo. Like remember
yes,
the
remember the ponies.
ponies.
Remember the ponies.
Remember Alderaan.
Yes, and just in general, just don't suck. Send your stuff in and just don't suck at it. And don't be discouraged if you get it sent back. Like every author ever has had their stuff sent back at least once, and if you haven't, you're fucking lying.
Only once.
So yeah, like even the top authors on the site, I'd say, like in terms of like output and shit, you gotta take the. Am I allowed to swear on here? I've
Fuck
dropped like
yeah.
12.
You're going to say some lewd ass shit on here, so swear all you like.
Okay, so we have some authors like Admiral Biscuit, for example, who takes the Stephen King approach to writing, which means if you throw enough shit at the wall, some of it's going to stick and some people are going to appreciate it. That means that some of his stuff gets sent back, and some of it, since he can self-approve, sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes he'll still send it to us because just in case in point, Donald Trump grabs Princess Celestia's pussy. That one he sent to us instead of trying to self-approve because it probably would have been sent back anyway. I don't know who approved it, but good job. But yeah, just in general, just remember to tag your shit. Remember to not have like too much violence or too much. Don't rate it above like below what it should be. If it's gonna be a T, don't be afraid of a T rating. I don't know many people that read just exclusively E-rated fics, and if they do, it probably would benefit them for their testicles to descend a few inches so that they can learn to appreciate things that are not TVY rated. But other than that, sorry for anybody who just reads E-rated stuff. Still love you, baby.
Don't be sorry. There's no being sorry on this podcast.
I have a question.
What's up?
All right, and this is more of a it just occurred to me.
Oh, good.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of not using the auto approve?
The advantage of not using auto approve is you have a less chance of it you have a less chance of it getting taken down later. Because we've had instances where somebody auto approves their own story and then we're like, wait a second, don't be a dick, and then we took it down anyway. And you get feedback. Let's say it's just some small thing like tagging or something, or just not spacing your stuff, or just getting the same mechanical error enough times that it's like take it down, fix it, put it back up. You're missing out on that. Like if you're super confident in it, auto approve it. But if you're worried about anything and you don't like sending your stuff to the self-editing groups or the stuff that already exists on the site, just send it through the mod team and we'll get to it eventually. Hopefully before the sun burns out, but we'll try to help when we can.
Alrighty. We'll go to the next question, number 4. Would you go straight for Rule 63 Brayburn?
Probably. I mean, I'd go anywhere if you can convince me why it would work and why it would be a good experience. I try not to be super close-minded. So yeah, I mean, I go straight for some ponies.
Hell yes.
Yes.
Chav's final question, number 5, is like me, you don't have a lot of stories out, but unlike me, you're a good writer. Lol. What's your favorite story that you've written on the site and why?
I think my favorite story that I've written so far is still Fragility, just because I love the idea of like all these fucking human and equestria stories make these ponies the size of like small, annoying, terrible dogs, and I'm not huge on that life. 1 second, I need to drink some liquids.
Oh, did we say all right? I think we've said
All right.
We've
I've
drank-
said all right a lot. Anyway, so I like the idea of just the ponies just being like way bigger than we give them credit for. Like if you've seen actual ponies or actual horses, like in real life, I'm terrified of horses. Like they're fucking scary.
Oh,
Like
sorry.
yeah, like Rob actually has a horse on his property, and it is yeah, Rob, remember when the horse like got all up in my shit and I turned around and I didn't know that the horse was like 5 millimeters from my grill?
It was, and hey, just so you know, Val's owner is here too. Say hi, Chris.
Oh, oh God, yeah. Val scares me. Val is Christelle's horse, and yeah, horses scare me. But I like the idea of being like, okay, here's this horse that I'm looking at in real life, and I'm having the shit scared out of me by. Okay, this is the average size of the main 6 now. How would I survive in Equestria? Quick answer, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just go hide in a corner and just like commit Sudoku or something.
They're gonna find your skeleton with a crushed pelvis and a thumbs up.
Something like that. Or like I just like thinking of the weird situations of like how different it would be. Like let's say they are the size of like actual horses. Like the human being able to like sit on chairs would be an issue because like the chairs would be at like chest height or like for
Learn to
example,
jump.
learn to jump or like just reading about like stuff like okay they're horses, they shit a lot, so where does it go? Like where does it go? Like a horse usually goes between 25 and 50 pounds of shit a day per horse. Where does it go?
Their poop goes into another dimension.
Yeah, or like I want to write a scene where this human like literally just falls into the toilet, like because he's like
something I would write.
like it's too big for him, so he just like legit just like in the dark of the night just like had a bad burrito or something, and he's just like shambling his corpse to the bathroom, and he just sits down and just falls in because he's forgets that he's in like this weird dimension of things that are 3 times his size and 5 times his weight.
And non has a shitty time in Equestria.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at the positives though. If he orders a sandwich, that thing's gonna be huge.
That is another idea that I've actually had that I'm working an outline on is if you look at a normal human needs 2 to 2.5 megacalories of food a day or 2,000 kilocalories a day to like survive normally. Horses eat anywhere between 10 and 20 megacalories or 10 and 20,000 calories a day. So I want to read one where Pinkie Pie just legit, like Pinkie Pie and everybody else just legit thinks this dude's anorexic. Like they're like, you never fucking eat. Like you never eat.
Oh no!
I like that idea actually.
I'm
that'd be
getting
fun, actually. I really like that.
Zyrian. I'm getting the mental image where they all just forcibly sit him down and start force feeding him. It's like this is for your own good, even though he's like clearly gonna die.
Yeah, and there was another one that Admiral Biscuit gave me this idea. Love you, BB. And so he's probably never gonna listen to this. And horses only need about a good 30 minutes, Christelle? Is that right? Whatever. 30 minutes of REM sleep a night. like they can be up for the other 23 and a half hours. Like they don't really need that much deep sleep. Like they'll doze, like they'll, if they're not
Yeah,
doing
he's a
anything,
little-
they'll just like doze for a bit, but like they don't really need any sleep. So I want to make another one where he's just like, I go to bed, these ponies are awake. I wake up, these ponies are awake. And he's starting to become like really fucking paranoid because he's never seen somebody actually sleep. Like he's seen them doze where you have like the male person, like he's waiting for the person to come to the door and he'll just like for a little
standing
bit,
up
like,
because
standing up.
that's where they sleep.
Yeah, they just like for a little while.
God, Anon finally gets sleep, but right as he like the first minute of him sleeping, Pinkie Pie just throws a party outside.
Yeah, or like they forget that like humans actually require a solid 4 to 6 hours of REM a night, and so like he can never get it. Like this dude's hopped up on like all of the caffeine.
What was your question for Chris?
Horses only need like 30 minutes of REM, don't they?
Yeah, they only do 30 minutes of REM sleep, and they have to lay down to do that. They can't do it sleeping or standing up. My bad.
All right. Yeah.
But they-
So
they don't
like,
understand that.
yeah. So I like that idea. So I just like weird, absurd things like that. If you've looked at my most recent story, Unfortunate Unfortunates, which if you have, I'm sorry. If you haven't, I'm also sorry. But yeah, I just like weird shit. Like I like reading and writing weird shit.
Zyrian,
What?
here's another idea for you.
Oh no.
You know that thing about horses being stubborn when there's the barn is on fire and they don't leave?
I've never heard that before in my life, but okay.
Like the house is on fire, Twilight just sits there, and Anon just tries to force her out. She's like, no, it's fine. Even though everything's coming to crumbles around her.
Yeah,
So
I've never heard
literally,
horses-
you're talking about Rob right now, basically. Like his barn is on fire, and then he's like, "But my stuff's in here. My 27 fans that I'm never gonna use."
All
Isn't that right, Rob? Anyway,
We're gonna continue
told
on
you
because
that,
we're fourth the
like,
way through here. We've only done one.
I walked away. Crystal's here busting a gut. What did I just miss?
no, they're talking about how horses, the barn will be on fire, and like the horse won't leave because they're too stubborn. And I'm like, you're just describing Rob because like his barn will be on fire, and he's like, but my stuff's in there, so like you'll never leave.
Oh my god! Fuck you guys.
But I'm
All right, we're gonna go to a question from Cuber Snuggles. Question number 1: do you think that one day FinFic will be as popular as any other social media website?
Is any other social media website? No. Is any other fan fiction website? Possibly. Nighty, for the longest time, hopefully before the sun burns out, he'll finally finish this. But he's been working on a genfic site, just general fiction, because bless. And as far as fan fiction sites on the internet go right now, we have fanfiction.net, we have fanfiction.net, which has not been updated since the Clinton administration. We have WordPress, which is the same. We have Wattpad, which is like the weird, like I write all of my stuff in Starbucks while I wear a beanie and Versace clothes. We have so we don't really have like fanfiction.net is the most robust fan fiction site on the internet that is used right now. And so if Nighty actually gets this genfic idea off the ground, good luck, fanfiction.net, because as long as we keep it from being 502 fiction again, if any of you guys remember that, it was a dark time. If we actually keep it from being 502fiction.net, I think that we're doing pretty good, because even if we look at the website ratings, not Amazon Alexa, if we look at the actual like rating of fanfiction.net like as a website, fanfiction.net, as far as the website in general, like all ranked together, is pretty high. Like we're pretty popular. We get over 1 million hits a day. That's pretty good. Has to mean for something, I guess. So it's very possible.
Alrighty, we'll move to question number 2 then. What was your first thought when you're asked to come on to our podcast?
I wasn't really asked. More that I asked. I thought there was this cool club of cool people in their own little room that I couldn't enter, and I'm just like scratching on the door like this. Like there's people that don't even talk in here, so I'm just sitting here like, just like scratching against the door pitifully, and then finally they let me in. So yeah, that's kind of how it went.
Well, the joke's on you. None of us are cool.
It's
I am.
It's real. Take your ego and go somewhere. So yeah. So
Like
yeah,
Pluto is not a planet. It'll fit just fine with him.
Anyway, so yeah, it's more that I asked to be on rather than I was asked to be on. And going back to the previous thing, the global rank of fanfiction.net in the entire world is 13,475, and in the United States it's 3,011 out of all the websites. So
Damn.
we're doing pretty good. I mean, fanfiction.net's still doing a lot better. Fanfiction.net is the 711th top website in the world. So we'll get there eventually.
Give it time.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy doing what you do?
As in pre-reading, I mean, I covered that already. So on a scale of 1, probably like 5 to 6. It isn't like I enjoy it, but in the same way that I enjoy editing. I don't really do it because I like to do it, but rather that I like to see things not suck. And hopefully I can just do what I can to lower the world's suck in my own way.
It's pretty ungay of you.
Suck. No, I'm talking about suck as an S-U-C-K, not S-U-C-C.
Good, I'm glad you
S-U-C-C
understand
needs to be raised. Like everybody deserves the souk.
The souk.
The souk.
How much?
All of the souk. When the pwn give the souk.
Number 4, how long have you been doing this?
It's a very vague question. Like pre-reading, like less like a month. Has it been a month? Less than a month. Pre-reading, I've been like a month or so.
No, a month. It's been a month.
Yeah, it's
Feels
been a
like
month.
2.
As far as just writing in general, I've been doing that for fucking ever. As far as fan fiction writing in general, let me check my first fic that I ever posted ever, which just got a favorite on it last week, and I kind of wanted to die a little bit on the inside. That was posted December 11th, 2009. So I was, how old was I in 2009? 14, I think, something like that. And yeah, so I've been writing for years. And as far as fan fiction writing, I've also been doing that for some years. Pony fiction writing, I've been doing that for 4 years, and fan fiction reading, I've been doing since I was like 8. So
Awesome. Let's see. Let's go to number 5 from Cuber Snuggles. Flutter Priest, how many times will you mispronounce my name? If you said my name correctly this time, I look like an idiot for asking. But then again, this podcast isn't ran by the smartest bunch. Oh, wow. Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Yay.
Wow. Fucking fired.
Let's go to questions from the other guy.
no.
Zyrian, give us your fuck, marry, kill for Boulder, Tom the Rock, and the Crystal Heart.
Good. Okay, so marry. I'd probably end up marrying Boulder because I could probably take him around places. Pretty easy to like, pocket. Kill. Probably out of easiness. Well, you know what? I'd probably kill Boulder, or I'd probably kill Tom because I wouldn't know what to do with him. And then the Crystal Heart. I guess I could fuck a big diamond crystal thing. I mean, I don't know how that would work. I'm kind of adventurous. We'll see how that.
You just need to make your dick as hard as diamonds.
You know what's the plus side about killing Tom? There might be a chance that he might have gems in him or something.
Yeah, yeah. If it's anything like the video games I've played, once you break them apart, a bunch of stuff like wall chicken comes out.
Plus, you know, if you killed the Crystal Heart, you'd be dooming an entire like Crystal Pony city and all that.
Yeah, and I'm not that much of a dick, but I'm not that much of a dick. So, yeah,
All right.
there you go.
Alrighty, we'll go to the next question then. To everyone, what are you drinking for the drinking game? Let's go just one at a time. Pencil,
Cough syrup.
Enigma.
Watered down Dr. Pepper.
I am drinking dry hopped red ale Chum, as sponsored by the San Jose Sharks hockey team.
Because it's awesome.
Milk,
Water.
Ravish,
Yay.
Water.
Rob,
Labatt Blue and Fireball, but I'm just drinking whenever I feel like it.
Zyrian.
I'm drinking water because I'm getting over a flu.
Nice.
So mucus and water.
Question 3: Is an out of character pony a good or bad thing in this story?
Ooh. The thing about out of character and in character is I don't think anything can be truly out of character as long as you're good enough at justifying it. Even in the show, like we have these characters do like 180s sometimes, and we're like, wait, what? And as long as you can explain to the reader why this character will fit, like why their actions will fit their character, I don't think it'll be an issue. So as long as you like can write it in a well enough way, I think it could be a good thing. If you just completely suck, then I think it could be a bad thing as well. So yeah, it depends on what you're going for and how well you can justify it to the audience.
So you're saying I could write a story about Rarity fighting in WWE because she wanted to fight those dragons that one time.
Just fucking do it, man.
Alrighty.
I'd
Now we're
read
going
it.
to go. We're going to go to some questions from Tony Montana, or as I like to call him, Tony Montana. Hey. No. Okay. No way.
Blitzball.
Question number 1. Do you regret anything you've ever written?
Yes. Next question.
2. Do you regret not writing something?
Don't you dare skip out. Don't you dare cap out. You tell why.
What? Oh,
All right, tell why. Tell why.
Story time.
Good.
Story time.
So I have a few alts. I'm in a few chats with some people. Some of them are artists that draw some things that are more questionable. One of them drew something that was very questionable, and to be completely honest, I got fucking triggered. And so I wrote something to justify why that would happen and to make it a little bit more okay. And that's floating around Fanfiction somewhere. Good luck. And somehow it still has a higher up to down vote ratio, even though it's really fucking disgusting and made me almost physically ill writing it. But it was more of one of those things I didn't want to write, but I had to do it to get it out of my brain. So yeah, kind of makes me want to die when I think about it. Whenever somebody like comments on it and says like, that's hot, I'm like, remove yourself from the gene pool, please. But yeah, there are things that I don't know if that's regret. I mean, I'm upset about it, but I don't know if I'd take it back, because I mean, there are people that enjoyed it. So I guess I'd have to amend that, and I'd probably say maybe. I don't know. I try not to think about it.
Good. We just love to think about things that we don't. Let's not think about things we regret.
Yes,
so let's go to question
not
number
think
2.
about mine.
Do you regret anything that you haven't written?
Anything I have an idea on that I haven't put to paper, yes. So yes, the fact that I don't write enough is an answer in and of itself.
Alrighty, we'll go to question number 3 then. What is the favorite story that you have written?
All right, I'll defer to the previous person that asked that.
Yep.
So that would be Fragility.
Perfect. Then what is your favorite story on the website?
I don't think I have one. Like, I'd have to pick one per genre, or like one per rating plus genre. There's so many. Like, my favorites list has thousands of things in it. Yeah, my favorites has 1,345 stories in it, so I literally cannot. But yeah, yeah, I have no idea. It's like
Alrighty.
saying what's your favorite song. It
No,
changes.
That I totally understand. So let's go to question number 5. Are there any alternate universes on the site that you like? You know, like the Your Human and You verse, whether goodness me, there's this Fallout Equestria that is, I think, that exists, I guess.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I like the AU that Gold Fortune has. The I don't know what it's called, but he has a few stories in it, like Conversations in a Canterlot Cafe. I'm trying to find if there's a name for this verse, but I really do like that universe. I like just any AU that's like good. I mean, I even do like Your Human and You. I mean, the story itself is a fucking death march, but I mean, I like the idea. Like I'm probably gonna like graduate college before it finishes, but I still like the thought. So yeah, probably the Gold Fur universe, and yeah, anything with changelings that like makes them cool, like I'm cool with.
Okay. The next question from Tony Montana is: any news on Genfic that you're able to tell us?
I have no idea. Like Nighty just came out of his cave, so I have no idea.
In my mind, to you, like 90 is like Moses who goes up in the mountain and comes back with commandments saying, "All right, you fucks, this is what you're gonna do."
No, that's literally what he does though. Like he just like dropped off the internet for a while, like working on some stuff, and then he came back and he's like, "What the fuck did you guys do?" That's literally what he does. He'll just go away and then come back and then beat us a little bit and then like be back and then leave again.
So at very least, he's coming out of his cage and he's doing just fine.
Yeah, he's doing good now, from what I heard, but I have no idea. Nobody really knows.
You saw that thing he came back with when he came back, right? The new cover art he's gonna use for Fanfic.
I have not, but like as you see, like we had no prior knowledge of, like none of us had prior knowledge of him updating any of the story tags. He just like straight up just like probably banged that out in the night and just said, "There it is." So we have no idea what he does until he does it.
I was thrilled. That was great. It was such a nice surprise.
Like there was no there was no preamble. Just like we woke up and it's like, oh look. So the Genfic site could come out tomorrow or it could come out 2 years from now. We probably won't hear about it until it actually launches. So yeah, I have no idea.
The dragons are coming, you guys.
Oh no.
Alrighty, then we'll go to the final question from Tony Montana before we move to our next asker. Tony Montana's final question is: what is a good number of fuck trophies to have?
I just took a look at that before you said.
So while you call me your shit, that is a reference to his story, Unfortunates. I'll take this small moment to shill the Writers Workshop series that we're doing over on the Good HIE List YouTube. We just reviewed that story where a lot of people are getting to listen to it. I think we got 100 new listeners to your story because of it. So, but anyway, what is a good number?
Preferably none. I don't like children. There are these bags of there's these pestilent fuck trophies, and they just carry disease, noise, and terribleness. I mean, if they're other people's children, that's cool. Like I love my nibblings, my nieces and nephews. They're cool. But I get to give them back at the end of the day. And so yeah, kids are okay as long as you don't bring them into my store. Otherwise, I'm gonna wish a lot of unscrupulous things upon you and your family. Yeah. So yeah, 0.
Perfect.
Did you call them nibblings?
Nibblings is actually, I believe, if I'm correct, Nibblings is the actual it's the definition of it's the gender neutral for nephew or niece. The child
I
is one.
don't care if that's true or not. I love it.
Yeah,
Can I say that me
I
and
prefer ankle
myself, it's
biters.
different, Z, like a little more, instead of B's, it was G's. That's all I'm gonna go there. That's
wait,
we
what
heard.
about B's and G's?
Like you said the nibblings, but for some reason it came out a little differently on my end. So that's all I'm gonna go. I'll let your imagination take over from there.
No. God damn it.
Oh
And-
man, we are on a rated, I think, NC-17
This is a
podcast,
good.
but
This
still.
is a good God-fearing podcast.
Oh God, no, it's not. Oh God, no, it's not.
You forget what I have here in my house. So
Yes, you have. Yes.
Well, let's just take that extremely questionable information, not turn into the authorities, and go to the next question. Let's go to totally not a brony who has the next question. He says, I remember meeting you. That's unfortunately one of our few things in common. So, what are your thoughts you have about conventions?
I love them, and they're destroying my life.
Yay.
I started going to conventions in 2013 with my home convention, which is an anime convention, and it's just spiraled since then. I've since been to YomaCon in Detroit, Nightmare Nights twice, BroNYCon 4 times, TrotCon 3 times, Ponyville Cider Fest 3 times? 2 or 3 times, as many times as they've had it. Midwest Brony Fest once. And
Oh God, I'm sorry I ruined that for you.
yeah,
That was one of those times we met, and I.
yeah, right. And and I'm actually going in a couple of months. I have like a 99% chance I got offered to be on staff at Texas Furry Fiesta. So,
Oh, that should be fun.
and then, oh yeah, I didn't even go to like the anime and furry shit that I've been to. So yeah, like there's that, and I've been to Motor City for a con a couple times. I go to a lot of these things.
I just last weekend took Priest to Further Confusion.
Yeah, and so basically the only way I justify it to myself is it's cheaper than smoking.
Yeah, and the parties are
it-
great.
That's the
Only
only
more cancer though. So
right. But yeah, that's the only way because otherwise I'd look at my wallet and really fucking die. But yeah, carpooling, it's a thing. Do it. And then go to all the conventions because they're great.
It's true.
Alrighty. Now we'll go to a question from Scarheart. If you had the chance to or choice to kill off one of the characters in MLP, who would it be and why? Please say Spike.
Excuse me, Spike is Bay, and you will not besmirch his honor in my presence. Anyway, okay.
I get the feeling they're gonna tell you not to come back after this.
Probably.
I think I just heard Pencil on mute just scream in the other room.
I like Spike. It's probably because I resonate with Spike on a spiritual level because
Oh, so your soul's made of shit?
Pencil, you've got somebody to actually physically torture now.
Yeah, I could just like torment you because I know on some level we'll be torturing some essence of Spike somewhere.
Well, because like he just puts up with literally everybody's shit, and
Yeah, he just takes it like a bitch.
I feel like you have some very latent projections that you're putting on Spike that you should
Latent?
probably.
No. I hated this motherfucker in the original Dead. When he talked like this. God, fuck that little dragon, always and forever. And I was like, you know what? New series? New series. Maybe there's a chance. Maybe he'll sound okay. And then he comes on, hey, Twilight. And I was like, well, fuck everything.
Well, what
This
did you
one's
want, Priest?
screwed
Did you want it voiced by Keith David?
Say Priest.
Did you just call Pencil Priest?
I did by accident. Yes,
oh my
I
god!
did.
So, you're getting no food when you get here. I'm taking all your food. You're gonna starve,
Oh.
and I will offer you pineapple if you're really good, and that's it.
Oh.
Fucking hate Spike.
Like, anyway, if I had to kill
What
one
character?
character, I have to think about that because there aren't. Can we come back to that one?
Sure, we of course can. Next question is from a user called Inspired by a Non-Pencil. who is apparently Pencil's biggest fan.
I can't
good.
stand this. What the fuck is this? Why is this happening? Which one of you did this? I have no feelings.
I
The
can check if
question
we
that
have
he
any
poses
calls.
for you is your
Please,
presence here
please
at
do.
least 20% consensual?
Oh my god. Why is this?
Thank you for that.
Okay, so yes. I don't do that non-con bullshit, so yes. I need to look at this question list because I'm gonna totally creep and figure out who the hell did this.
Yep, if you want to creep, I'm happy to find out who the alt is, because if it's Enigma, he's gonna wake up with some sort of dildo in his ass.
I don't have
Milk, where's the thing? Where's the thing with the questions?
What?
It's in
it's
Stream
Oh,
only chat.
found it.
yeah, it's right there.
Where's the thing? Okay, so Cypress notes wired by a non-penciled.
I love that this is happening live, ladies and gentlemen. You're hearing some covert investigation live.
Okay, I have no idea. The only thing I know is I can see their email address and their IP. But
You should not read their email address out loud, because that actually is a huge breach of privacy. But
yeah, I'm not gonna read their IP, but I know what state they're in, and it makes
Yo,
sense.
Anthony, did you make sure there, like, with the rest of the staff, that there's things that you are and are not allowed to say on this cast?
that's a good question.
Oops.
Somebody
Move
just
on to questions from Rockcake and 53.
Just be aware that if you try to pull some weird like voting bullshit, like we can see your alts. So just be aware of that. So if you're voting on your alts, which you're not supposed to do, that's what it's there for. That's what that feature is there for. So we can see that shit, and just don't do it. And that, I mean, that should be a known power. I don't think I'm abusing anything by saying that we have that power. But no, I don't see any alts for this account. So either they're really good at hiding their tracks, they're Admiral Biscuit, or they just don't exist on a plane besides this one account. So it might just be a rando.
Oh god.
Yeah, it could
me
be
and
like
I use
actually,
an
like,
ID
Your
scrambler.
biggest fan, Pencil.
Fuck.
Yeah, so yeah, because yeah, I don't. There's no pings for an alt here, so.
Dear lord. Okay, good to
There you go.
know.
So questions from
Can someone say
'Cause
all
it
right
sound-
so we can all
'cause
drink?
Because it sounded like, okay, so Rob, I was doing this out of the altruism of heart because I heard some distress in a non-pencil's voice, like as if this person was causing her actual
no.
duress. So
No.
I,
I'm always distressed, so don't worry. You always have probable
Okay.
cause when you're around me.
okay, so I had reason. I had reason to flex. Anyway,
Oh,
Flexing for a
well,
girl,
let's
how
just
often
keep
do
on
that?
flexing there and move on to the next question. Rob asks, is it a curse or a blessing that when you're shown something bad or wrong, like an image or idea, you have to justify in your mind by writing it into a fic? Does it really help? Do you see it as a writing challenge, going out of your comfort zone and writing something that others could find offensive or wrong, or just to them and yourselves to do it anyway?
yes, but seriously, yes. You just wrote that because you wanted me to say the story of that fic I wrote, didn't you? You piece of shit.
Story
No,
time.
it's actually like a legit question that I feel like should be asked to a lot of more other authors, and you're a good example of it. So,
Yeah, I mean, I've already told the story of that thing. I think it's a blessing and a curse. It's a curse because it causes me mental and emotional turmoil until I get it out of my system. And I think it helps in one way getting over that discomfort that I might feel. And also, I'm a very vindictive, spiteful person. So, yes, I do it to spite them. Yes, I do. I do it out of spite and out of trying to come to terms with the ideas involved in whatever was shown to me. Okay. So yeah, there's the answer to that. Sorry for getting all heavy and shit, but
That
Yeah,
wasn't
it's all
heavy.
good. No worries. We have our next question to Drunk Zyrian. How do you put up with Rob? Wanderer D is chill and Admiral Biscuit's a cool guy, but what in God's green earth makes you stick around with this gun-loving, junk-collecting drunkard?
well, I'm sober. So I put up with you because you're actually a cool person and you need to quit that self-depreciating bullshit in my presence.
Aw.
So you're actually a cool person. Don't have people tell you otherwise. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't be around you. So the
What if
fact
you do
that I
still
hang
love
out with you on a weekly basis is a testament to how cool of a person you actually are. But yeah, you're cool people. You kind of remind me of some people in my family, which can be a good or a bad thing. But yeah, you're cool people. You're my friend. Get over it.
Aw.
I don't wanna.
Aw, but you know what? I think Rob's a pretty great person too. So you know what? I agree. And no more putting yourself down unless it's in an adorable, endearing way as part of a game with someone else. Don't actually mean it because fuck that shit. You're great.
So in a
So are-
BDSM manner is what you're saying.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
are we all gonna give Rob an awkward group hug? One
Yeah.
that we really want to enjoy.
I would make it the most awkward group hug. I would like lick the side of his face slowly while making like full eye contact with only one of his eyes. So
And just go,
That's important. I didn't like it either.
Just what?
Gross.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
I'm gonna go listen to that again and like amp it up and post and like figure out what the fuck you just said.
Alrighty, now we have a question to a drunk Rob K23. If Z is over at your house, did you remember to put away all your guns, or are they still just laying around everywhere for two drunken idiots that can go around shooting all over the place?
So Z's not here, but the guns are still everywhere because I'm lazy and don't care.
Rob actually does put his guns away because I'm actually uncomfortable around them. Due to the
Aw.
fact that actually the only time I've ever shot a gun is never. The only time I've ever touched a gun was actually handing Rob his to get it out of my sight.
Dave, if you shot a gun while handing something to Rob, I would be concerned.
No scope. Anyway, more for not for the fact that it's a gun, but for the fact that it's the same. Like, have you ever felt uncomfortable around another person handling a knife? You're like, I don't trust me with a knife. How am I going to trust you with a knife? It's that sort of feeling. If I don't trust me with it, I'm not going to trust anybody else with it.
Trust me
God.
with my guns that are everywhere and loaded and ready to just murder.
I'm like, does this gun have a safety on it? You're like, yes. If my finger's not on it, it's safe.
Yeah.
Guys, do you guys
Lol.
remember when we thought Rob was a serial killer?
I
Yeah,
still
he
think
was
he is.
burying bodies. Yeah. We could hear him, like, we were talking about how he was killing somebody because it sounded like we heard yelling in the background and silence. And then there was, like, the sound of driving and then the sound of shoveling dirt. Dude.
Dude, like you could probably you legit could probably hide bodies on your property and no one will ever know.
That's
Don't
don't
kill
care.
me.
No, it started as us joking around, like, haha, I bet he hides bodies. And then, like, is that shoveling?
You can't arrest me here. My stuff is in here.
And then all
Oh
we
my
heard is the
God.
massive slosh of cans, and then we knew it was our Rob.
Cans.wave.
You guys are special. I love you guys.
Where the fuck is my thermometer? Because it's 1 billion degrees in here. This is the problem with my fucking room, is I turn on my computer and it ups the temperature by 10
I was
degrees.
gonna say, are we taking our temperatures? Want to compare?
No, not my body temperature, my room temperature. Fuck this noise.
Damn,
I'm
I like that
sweating.
game. I was all excited. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Pencil
Is
pulled
that
out a
so
rectal
important?
thermometer.
Give you an innuendo for size matches?
What about that meat thermometer? That's still one of my favorite euphemisms for dick that I've ever used.
It sounded more like a reference to a sounding device, to be honest.
Ha ha. Sounding can hurt.
Can hurt?
Can.
Oh. Someone who knows how to do
Cans.wave.
it right. My salutes to you, sir.
Next question.
All right, we'll go to the next question, which is from Vlade. He asks, "Cuse."
One, I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna assume that you mean the.
It's super
it's-
backwards.
Oh, I thought you meant the carbon capture use and storage action group.
No.
Otherwise, suck. Backwards suck. If you're referring to reverse blowjobs, 1, you're gross. 2, you're gross. 3, I really don't need to ever write that in my life.
Yes, you do.
Do you even know what
Can-
a
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Uneducated. You
Go
educate
to
what a blowjob is.
Yes, go to E621 and type in reverse blowjob. It's basically you lop somebody's head off and then you fuck their neck so that your dick's coming out of their mouth. That's
It's
a reverse blowjob. It's kind of gross.
Thanks.
Only kinda. You can also actually you can also reverse blowjob somebody who has a hole in their neck that they have to breathe through after they've had like some surgery from smoking, and there is porn of that. Good luck. Good luck.
Why in the
Or
world
if
would
they're a
someone do
dolphin.
porn
Why
of,
the
of
fuck do
fucking
you
a
know
trike?
this?
That's
I
not
saw
right.
I saw one with a dolphin or like an orca OC, and like this dude just comes up behind her as she's like reading a book, and then he starts like doing her blowhole, and then she's just like so inconvenienced by. She's not even mad. She's just inconvenienced, and she's just like, God damn it. I found it more humorous than anything, just because like not even mad, just upset.
That's wonderful. I can't tell
Right
you.
in the blowhole.
She's just
You
like,
know,
not again.
let's keep going. Alex underscore asks, who is the best site mod and who is the best story approver?
It depends on what criteria you're using. If you're using the criteria of most prolific, like in the most, like they do the most, Meester will like fucking bleeds for this site. And I like in the past month, he's approved 223 stories and denied 124. Like, yeah, this dude, if there's ever a problem with the queue, like he'll fucking do it. So on an objective level, people always talk shit about him being a hard ass for some reason. Like I haven't heard much about it, but we see all the drama threads and shit. Like this one account that was made in the fucking all it was the comment section had like 5,000 comments of these people bitching back and forth between each other, and that's it. But like people were like, "Oh, Meester's gonna fucking ban me, fucking asshole," or like shit like that. But he's actually like pretty cool. Like he does the most probably out of all of us on the mod team as far as story approving and shit. So yeah, on an objective level, I'd probably say Meester for story approvers. As far as like site mod, does Nighty count? I mean, he kind of started this whole thing, so I think that has to mean something. So yeah, that.
Alrighty. Next question is, what is the worst story you've ever approved?
Or rejected. Worst story I've ever approved. I don't know if I can go through the stuff that I've approved before.
I know with Wanderer D, he did the best he could to take a step back and say, well, I can't say anything specifically about the story, but I can give you some general ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some story where it's like, oh, this is gonna suck, but there's nothing functionally wrong with it. This, like, I'm just thinking, whenever I approve a story that's like objectively good but subjectively bad, the most I can do is feel bad for the author, because I'm just like, you have the skill, just do gooder. So
Do gooder.
Do gooder. So yeah. I mean, the ones that I've rejected, like there was this one mess that was like this terrible Five Nights at it was a FNAF crossover.
Five Nights at Freddy's crossover.
Yeah, it's been denied.
Oh,
Like if you get denied for the same reason 3 times, I think that
That's
story's
not-
you get like temporarily banned.
Oh.
One, because you didn't fucking listen. 2, because you're wasting our time. And 3, because I don't know if you yourself get banned or if the story gets like, no, you can never post it. But something like that happens. But it was just 1, it was just formatted terribly. 2, it was just written terribly. And 3, it was like actual just straight up just plagiarism from the game.
Oh wow.
So probably that. So yeah, there's that. Strangest story I've ever approved.
Yeah, I also want to bring up the fact that Professor Plum said that he one time had to not review, but approve or disapprove a story involving Solvor.
Solvor is fucking weird.
That sounds interesting and horrifying, but interesting.
Solvor is exactly so, like, imagine killing something and then so their soul comes out to be raptured and shit, and then you just eat that, and so they're fucking dead. Well, have you seen the Rainbow Dash versus Scream fucking death battle?
Oh yeah.
Literally, what she does at the end is Solvor.
Oh,
that's actually fairly interesting.
Solvor.
I have no complaints.
Yeah, so it did, but that wasn't done in a sexual manner, which a lot of these stories are.
Oh, like soul goes into vagina or something?
No, they eat it, but they laboriously describe the like you learn after reading
Blowing.
war stories. You know way too much about the gastrointestinal system than you ever thought you would before. So I mean, the strangest story I've ever approved. I haven't done that many, and I try not to actually read too deeply into a story. I read it for functionality more that like I like turn off my human brain and turn on the one. Can we come back to that one?
Well, like I think you approved like maybe one of mine, so I don't think you're too upset about those.
Yeah, like I mean, like some of your stuff like is fucking gross and you should feel ashamed. But like I mean, I can't remember like specifics. I have had a few stories that like are like sexual and like I don't like them, but they make it to the feature box anyway, and I kind of just want to die on the inside. But other than that, really,
I'm sure there's some you just not see coming.
Oh my God, Priest.
Flutter Priest, god damn you with your area and fucking like
It did so well.
it did really well, and I don't know if I should feel upset with you or feel upset with the people that upvoted it.
You just gotta laugh at this point, man.
That wasn't the story that I considered sending to mods to be like, is this okay? Is this something like, will I get in trouble for this? It was the story I recently put out where I threw away a baby that I had to take a step back and go, maybe I should get some okay on this, and I still didn't. Anyway, next question. Have you ever had a dream you thought was real, but then was really disappointed when you woke up and found it wasn't?
Yes. And also, no, going back to that fic where you threw away a baby. What?
Yeah, he threw away a baby.
You didn't read it?
They threw
No,
away
because you
Flurry Heart.
probably threw away a child.
Yeah, they threw away Flurry Heart.
Yeah, like and into the trash it goes. I'm gonna read that later. I mean, as far as objectionable goes, I mean, White Kitten has a couple stories on this site. They're under an alt, but he does. And so if he can get away with having something on the site, whatever you can do is probably not as bad.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Boy, White Kitten.
Yes, weapons grade misogyny. Like you could level cities with this shit. Like
What is a white kitten?
wee lad. Just Google him.
Okay.
Literally just Google him.
Look up his tag on Derpy Boru.
Please don't. It's literally like Celestia fucking Twilight into a meat grinder level shit.
Oh, that's all.
Except the whole universe he has is just really fucked up. Yeah, it hurts my heart to look at it, like some of his stuff, just because the societal implications are just. Anyway, moving on. If you're just throwing away a baby, he has them aborted and then like dying out, and so you're good. You're good. Throwing away Flurry Heart, you're fine.
You could be worse, is what I'm hearing.
It's probably fine. Flurry Heart will live. She's an alicorn. She'll just be like, I've been thrown through worse crevices.
She'll become the princess of trash.
That was the best day. That was the best line, and no one caught it but me, Zyrian. That was still a pro. Good job. I'm so happy.
Your princess is literal
trash. Did you hear this?
Yes, I did.
And you're just ignoring it because you love your waifu so much?
No, I said that she'd be queen of the wasteland, which would make her.
No, you missed it. Nope, you missed it. Nope, you all missed it. Fuck you guys. Just a joke between me and Zyrian now, forever. Fuck you guys.
Well, I can't wait to hear back and listen to this when it's on YouTube. Go listen to what's on YouTube. Yeah. Now we're gonna go to some questions from Major Dude. Question number 1 has entirely to do with Grand Theft Auto, but I have an alternate answer if you know nothing about Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Do you know anything about Grand Theft Auto?
A bit. I mean, the games came out halfway like I don't want to say before my time, but before I could actually appreciate them. Mm-hmm. The only one that I've actually played in any sort of depth was maybe San Andreas a little bit, and then 4. before San Andreas, I was like still in kind of middle school. So
All right, then I'm gonna jump down to the alternate question. What's your favorite MLP episode that doesn't star your favorite character?
huh. Um huh. I do like Magical Mystery Tour, actually. Like maybe that's my gay coming out. But I like that one. Like the musical episodes I just like. What was that? The Hearthwarming one was pretty good. Whenever singers can just flex on everybody, like I love it.
So This Day Aria is like your shit, right?
I'm not the biggest fan, but I don't dislike it either.
Okay, well, we can still be friends then. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean I like the song. It's not my favorite, but it's not I don't dislike it. It's very Disney-esque, and I appreciate it on that.
I'm more of an art of the dress kind of guy.
As far as the songs go,
What was the one that all the Alicorn princesses were singing?
Oh, you play your part?
Play your part. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I fucking love that one.
That was a good song.
I like
That
the
one
ones
and
that
the
sound.
Pony I Wanna Be.
Oh, that was great. Oh yes.
Pony I Wanna Be is really good.
Yes.
Did you
I
hear the
Didn't that
version?
win?
Right,
Didn't that
first
win
time
the
I
Tony
listened to
Award? Didn't that
It-
win the Tony? I think.
Yeah, it totally won a Tony. Glances around.
I don't
see
know.
if anyone understands.
It got not a Tony. Shit.
That's why I was like a Tony.
What's the
Okay.
Academy Award? What's the Academy Award that goes for that shit?
The Grammy?
Not Grammy. It's
I don't know.
The
one of
handies?
those.
Pulitzer?
Well, yes, it won a Pulitzer. No, not Pony I Wanna Be. Oh, guys, have you heard the remix of Linkin Park's Numb with Pony I Wanna Be?
Yes, I have
So
it
good.
downloaded. I
Yeah.
love it.
We all
We
did.
can probably get to questions because we've just kind of like gone off on a tangent at this point.
I
and
was
I'm loving it.
for some reason I was thinking the Pony I Wanna Be was I was mixing that up with the Magic Inside, and that was the one that got I was thinking fucking Tony Award because Lena Hall. Patron saint of lesbians. Anyway,
All right, well, let's go to the next question now.
yes.
The next question has to do with gaming consoles. Do you know anything about gaming consoles?
Yeah.
All right, good. Then perfect. Which of the following gaming consoles was only released in Japan? The Atari Jaguar, the PC Engine, the Hyperscan, or the Atari 7800? This is for $100.
This isn't even questions. This is just a quiz
Hey,
game
hey,
show. Like
shush.
that's not how we do. Okay.
As far as I know, the PC Engine is what I'm guessing is the NEC PC, which is what Toho came out on. Hyperscan, it's either between PC Engine and Hyperscan. The NEC doesn't really release shit in this country, so I and a lot of people have to emulate Toho games. So I want to say the PC Engine.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
And the answer is dun-dun-dun. You are correct. It is the
Yes!
PC Engine. All right, we're going to the next question for $500. All right. So,
Fuck, I got to take out paper for this.
what is this? What celebrity would you want to see in a Question Girls film? I'm giving up on number 3.
What celebrity would I want to see?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't want to do the other one?
I
All right.
looked over it and it looks way too complicated.
That is pretty complex. I need paper for it.
We
But
can just do the first part, which is seriously name a song from the Beatles.
fucking Eleanor Rigby.
Name a song from System of a Down.
Fuck. I don't listen to them. System of a Down. Didn't they do shit, no, that's Attack Attack.
Come on, you can do it, kiddo.
I can do
What'd you
it.
say?
I can do it. System of a Down. That's no, that's Disturbed. I can't do
Call
it.
for friend. Call for friend.
I like that you almost. I like that you
I
pretty
know,
much.
I know several right off the top of my head.
I do too.
What were you saying, Priest?
I like that you confused Attack Attack and System of a Down together. They're two totally different bands.
It's all emo white people. It's all emo 15-year-old white people bullshit that I don't understand.
Like me
Like I said,
and
white
get
people 3 times
Crap
there.
and Breaking Benjamin mixed up.
Also,
Oh.
considering System of a Down is not really necessarily just white kids or white guys, just saying.
Armenian.
They're Armenian. So that's hilarious to me.
I'm talking about the people who listen to them.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa.
Like, I don't care what they are. I'm just talking about who listens to them most.
Also, ready, think of an MLP song.
Whatever that one is, like these animals don't. Whatever that one is. Oh, my cutie mark is telling me.
Yes.
Ah, there you go. Okay, there you go. You did that part. You win. Ta-da.
Yay! But
Weird
yeah, if there's a
question
celebrity I
from
want to see in an
Snuffy.
EQG film,
Oh, go for it. Celebrity.
one that like hasn't fucking died last year. If we actually get Morgan Freeman into ponies, I have a need.
Will wait, Zyrian, will he be the voice of Starswell the Bearded?
No, I want him to be like the voice of like just completely out of left field, like beyond Flutter Guy. Like okay, for example, you've all seen
Fight Club stuff,
Zootopia
that's his
because you're
voice.
not terrible, right?
Yeah.
Who's seen the movie? Has everybody here seen Zootopia?
Yes.
Yep.
Has everybody here seen Friday?
Oh
No.
no! Don't do this! Don't do this, Zyrian! No! Don't do this!
No.
You know Finnick is Debo, right?
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yes, so good. I love the idea of like the deepest voice coming out of like something that does not deserve to have a voice like that.
So if
Impeach
Angel
me
Bunny were to
tomorrow,
speak,
I'll
not
bite
like
your
that.
face.
Yes, if Angel spoke, oh my god, if we got the person who voices Finnick or Debo basically to voice Angel Bunny, it would change my life.
I need a Patrick Stewart somewhere in there because obviously.
I want Robin Williams.
Oh,
He's
shut
kinda
the fuck
dead.
up! I'm
Oh.
so sad about that. You need to stop. I'm
I
still
know.
upset. My voice hurts.
We're gonna go to question Duffy. So, question number 1: would you marry the mayor on Unfortunate Unfortunates?
Would I marry her?
Texas marriage for the win.
I don't know. Probably I don't know. I wouldn't marry a woman usually. I don't think. I might. I don't know her. I haven't fleshed out the character enough to know her. I mean, I basically based her off of a few people I know IRL as well as a non-pencil. So like like I kind of imagine like that's how she would have how Anon would react if she had a dick. She'd just be more inconvenienced than anything.
If I had a
certainly
dick? Okay.
had the mental image that the fic is about Ann Pencil and Flutter Priest swapping.
God, have you read the fic, Anon?
I am not. What the shit is this?
Pencil. You haven't? Oh no.
Well, the good news is, if you go over to our YouTube channel, you can literally listen to me read it to you.
You butchered the fuck out of that. Sorry, but you butchered it.
Uh,
Basically, the whole summary is a mare swaps genitals with her husband. She is not amused. That's it.
Oh,
And
no, did you see? That would not at all be what I would do. I would just go around cock slapping bitches. It would be great. I would have a great time and no one would be able to stop me. And then when the police came, was like, you sexually assaulted people with your penis, I'd be like, what penis? And I wouldn't have a penis anymore. And then
now who was phone?
You forced me to put down my pants just to see a cock that wasn't there.
Exactly.
Okay.
I feel
Alrighty.
transgressed and violated.
Exactly.
Number
exactly.
2: if you were to write a 100,000-word story, what would it be about?
I'd probably do it in the fragility universe, just because I have so much headcanon as to like real differences, in universal design and shit like that. So yeah, that. I could see myself expanding it into that. Yeah, so don't expect anything, but if it were to happen,
So we should expect expanding dong.
expand Dom. I mean, my last fic kind of dealt with expanding Dong a little bit, so.
But expanded anyways, so.
All
Yeah.
right. We'll go to number 3 then. What's your thoughts on proper tag etiquette?
Fucking do it and do it correctly.
Then why do we only use 5 tags, you son of a bitch?
so that you don't get the bullshit that you get on Archive of Our Own, where people just fucking make up their own tags and like it's just garbage. Because if everything's a tag, then nothing's a tag.
No, just give us like 7 tags. Don't give us 5. That's,
Don't take it up with me. Take it up with Nighty.
I don't want to fight 90. I'd lose.
But I thought we're supposed to talk to Zotsquig, not Nighty.
Oh, Socksec or whatever his name is. Sucksec. I don't know, man. I don't know what Mr. X does.
Dude, you're site staff. You should do this stuff.
I am a pre-reader and I talk to pre-readers. Those weird programmer coding people, they just stay in their cave and fix the website when it breaks.
Okay.
They need to fix it so that the damn EPUB or whatever it is works right.
What is it doing?
It's missing some of the format when it goes out sometimes.
Oh. They should let you just download it as fucking PDF and just leave it.
You can.
I know it.
Anyway. Number 4. Do people in general use too many or too few tags?
Well, you can only use 5, and that's like straddling the line between too many and too few to begin with, depending on story. Because you get some stories like The Chase, which is about to hit the functional limit of fiction. I need to see how many chapters this has, because he's running into a problem where the site literally cannot support how many chapters his story has, because he's having a Y2K problem with fucking story. Nobody anticipated a 1,000 plus chapter story on this site.
Wonderful.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I know
designed
Short
for this.
Skirts ran into the same issue with Apple Dash.
Apple Dash?
Apple Dashery.
Yeah. Well, I
So he
mean,
literally created like part 2, the Dashing or something like that.
Christ. Well, like, the problem with stories these long. 1, if you have a story this long, split each arc into its own story, please. Like, just for simplicity, just for ease of navigation. Because if you get a story this long, if you get a story like The Chase, like every tag on the fucking site probably applies. Because there's only so much.
He also has the human tag there. Is there even a human in that story?
Yes.
In The Chase,
Yes, in The Chase.
there isn't a human tag. It's just sex, gore, AU, comedy, dark, random, romance, and slice.
Okay, I gotta remember seeing it.
I'm thinking of Diaries. My bad.
Yeah, he's at 931. At 2.345 million words. Anyway.
Well, that's not
Oh lord.
too bad.
Oh lord. Anyway, but yeah, just tag it correctly, and like I do have issues when a story has too few tags, as I've actually who did I bitch out in here? Carrier of Heartbreak. I bitched out Carrier of Heartbreak in one of his stories. I got into it. I got into it with him. Like I actually, one of the first encounters I had in this fucking chat was Carrier of Heartbreak. I'm like, you asshole, put a dark tag on your shit. Don't be afraid of the dark tag or the tragedy tag. Just fuck. I got into an argument with another author because he's like, oh, I do this. No, that's not technically the definition of a tragedy. I'm like, you motherfucker. Tag your shit. Do it right. You don't. It doesn't have to be a Greek tragedy for you to fucking tag it as tragedy, because that's not what it was put on the site. Like, people aren't going to be writing like frickin' the Penelope ad, like fucking crossover. I mean, if they did, that would be fucking cool because Penelope's a fucking badass. But like, people did not intend. Yeah, people did not intend the tragedy tag to only be used when it has like the 3 pillars of Greek tragedy in classical literature.
Thank you.
But Zyrian, that's just.
Did you have the same thoughts?
You don't understand. I actually am a mythology minor, and I studied Greek playwriting as one of my emphasis. And when I came in, just like tragedy, and was like, "That's not a tragedy." I'm like, "Do you want to sit down and talk to me about what a tragedy is? Because you don't want to play this game. You really don't."
Like, I understand what a tragedy is, but for the purposes of this site.
Exactly. Like, that's what I mean. Like, everything is a tragedy here. It's fine. And if you start saying this shouldn't have a tragedy tag, I'm going to sit you down and be like, we need to talk about what should have a tragedy tag, what shouldn't, and why you're being a picky bitch.
Yeah, because if you want to draw the line, like you can draw that super restrictive line.
Exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes. 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 So yeah, tag your shit. You shouldn't have to use too many tags, but that's just if you have extra shit to talk about, just throw it in the description. Like that's what it's there for.
Alrighty.
Yes. Also,
drink.
going back to another question.
Oh my god, but we're running out of time, buddy. We're running out of time. Do it quick.
Shit. But yeah, going back to like one of the easiest ways to get your story fucking like denied. Make sure your short description actually describes what's happening in your story. Not just like, oh, read the long. No, you have to say what actually happens. Like, we probably fail most of our stories on either tags or short descriptions.
Why don't you just make your short descriptions the same as the long descriptions?
Because you only have a certain number of words. And some people are like verbose as fuck and they don't know how to word.
That's just what I've always done, is that I'll write a good long short description that meets the requirements, and then I'll paste it into a long description.
Yeah, that's fine. But like the ones where and you can't have your short description lead into your long description, because then you'd have to read both. And that's the point. Anyway, next question.
Alrighty, we're gonna go to number 5. It's Roleplay Tuesday, and your partner goes, "Let's go Soren X Thunderlane." What's your reply?
1, I'd have to think about it. 2, no, I'm not really into role playing. 3, Soren and Thunder, like really, you have to pick like the jockiest. 4, they probably fuck each other on the weekends anyway. 5, like really, you couldn't pick any 2 other characters like better? Come on now. And 6, just no, because no, incompatible. No, does not compute.
Alrighty, and we'll go to number 6. You and the podcast are at BroNYCon 2017. Some of the people who were there asked questions as well. Zyrian, you are being stalked by Bendy, who has now asked you 20 times if you would come inside Rainbow Dash. What do you do?
I love it. I love it.
Well, 1, like if I would, I mean, like, would she be okay with this? Like, people always forget, like,
it would be 20% consensual.
20% consensual is not enough.
No, it'd be like 120% consensual because it's bendy and Rainbow Dash would be begging for it.
That's true too.
I'd like, cool, I'd do it if it was, but like, I mean, I don't know if I could. Like, I mean, I'm not straight. I'd probably have issues doing
My
it.
back and think of England and all their
What
British men.
Well,
Yeah,
hey, nobody said you have to stick it up the vagoo. You could always take it up the rear, you know.
Can we
Yeah,
like
a little higher.
Can we like 63 her first?
No, she just came. She just walked around the corner and came back with a Fudodong, just slapping between your legs. Would you be okay with that?
Probably not. Well, one, she's kind of a
story too. God.
One, she's kind of a bitch. So I don't know.
All right.
All right,
Maybe,
we'll go to number 7.
possibly.
Pencil.
Oh,
You are
shit.
being flirted with by Tony Montana,
Oh, really?
who keeps asking you in a fake Italian accent, "What do you like to write about?" What do you do?
That was like, priest. That was very almost like Cajun, and I'm very confused because I mean, okay. Anyway, okay. I'm being flirted with and asking like, what I like to write about. I'd probably. Honest answer. I'd probably be really polite, answer questions, and then drag priest off to make out with him like in a public setting, so people would stop bothering me because they think I'm gross. Non-serious
Ew,
answer,
hetero.
right? Non-serious answer. I'd probably like grab him by the side of his head, lick the side of his head, whisper in his ear, "You're mine now. Whatever you do, you're mine," and then walk away and never speak to him again.
Good.
Number 8 goes to Milk.
Oh shit.
Milk, you are being pulled on both sides by Vylon and Snuffy as they're both vying for your attention and hissing at each other like cats. What do?
Vylon, that's what I do.
Nailed it.
And nailed her. Anyway.
Sorry.
Next goes to me, and I'm being stalked by Vlade, who keeps asking if I would suck him. What would I do? I'd give him a cadence mask, and I'd ask what room number.
You and your damn wife there. Oh.
Number 10, and you are having a beer with Chapped and Fluffy unicorns, and they both seem to have spiked your drink with something. What happens next?
Wouldn't I die since they both spiked my drink?
Nah, you'd probably just be really unconscious.
Really like next level weapons grade unconscious.
Exactly.
I've seen some of this shit in the chat box, like why do you sound like Priest but older and with a better microphone setup than Mike and Priest combined?
Oh, my setup is bad this week because I'm on the road. Oh God, are you okay?
I'm kind of dying.
I understand. I'm there with you.
If you're me, then who are you? I'm you, but better.
Yes. One, I don't know what kind of microphones they use. Two, a pop filter really changes lives. Three, I don't know. I don't think we sound similar at all. And four, Blue Yetis. Get a Blue Yeti.
Right? My Yeti and pop filter at home. I'm on the road this week using my Sennheiser mic. So
the bourgeois Sennheiser. $50.
It's a headset. Get off my dick.
It's a headset. No, I'm just saying, like, my little set, like, humble bragging is what.
Oh. Well, fine. Okay. Now we're going to questions with Vylon. I think Pencil is.
Hold on. I got this. Even though I'm sick, I got this.
You guys might want to refresh it because Vylon has added more stuff.
Oh, yep. Vylon's added a fuck ton of questions. Everyone, oh God, I'm so sick. Everyone loves questions with Vylon. Wow,
also, Displacer, I have watched the .mov series.
Alrighty. We're gonna grab question number 1 from Vylon. Is the life of a story approver an enjoyable one?
In the like I've said before, the life of an editor is not a happy one because to get to the point in your life where you want to edit stories is kind of tragic to begin with. So yeah.
Alrighty. Number 2, what do you think of baby configs?
They exist. I don't believe in limiting what people want to write. If they want to write that and other people enjoy it, then more power to them. I do think they should be behind a wall.
It makes them build it?
Yes, 10 feet higher. But I mean, I don't necessarily have to agree with them, but I believe as in all fiction should have a right to exist. It's a very politician answer. Like, I don't really think anything of them because, one, I don't write them. Two, I don't really read them. If somebody wrote one and I had to approve it, I mean, if it didn't break any fucking rules, I'd probably like what's his name? What's the one that writes like Megapone? He wrote one.
Yeah.
Like that one was very strange to read. I mean, it's something that exists. And I mean, just write it and write it well, and maybe people will like it. And a lot of people will not, but write to your audience. Write for you and then write to your audience.
I think that's very noble. It's the idea of freedom of speech. Let people do what they want to do. That said, you're on a podcast, so now we're going to force it on you. So number 3, would you rather fuck a baby or kill one?
What?
Yes.
Oh God.
Who asked this question and why?
Okay, no, we're going to talk about that in a second. It actually is going to get worse for you. So answer these next 2 questions, and then we'll have a moment of zen before you read the last questions.
Okay, so one causes death and one causes it. God, I'm going to 500 levels of hell. One, we have to consider what is considered a baby. If it's
under 2 years old.
one that's impossible.
No, it is not.
Without irreversibly. Anyway, I'd rather not kill anything. And as far as if I had an ultimatum and I had to do it, like life and death isn't even an option. Like it's something that has to be done, or else the universe will cease.
Yes, that's what we're talking here. Like
I'd go with the non-lethal thing because, one, if it's before memories can set, then. But if memories do set, therapy also helps. And
it's not the end of the road.
It's not the end of the road. And when they hit old enough, I'll let them take a few stabs at me. So
with a knife.
In what?
Jesus Christ, Vylon.
Oh no, exactly. But we have another question. Okay, next question. And
can I just read this one on my own?
The next, no, the big long one, because we're gonna talk before you do. I want to make sure you're emotionally ready for the big violent question.
Okay.
I know.
We'll go to number 4. What do you think of people who get triggered by kids who assume their gender?
No, because they're kids. Like they don't fucking know. Like people getting triggered by people who assume genders is stupid. Because just correct them and move on with your life. And if they still continue, then you can be a dick. But if it's just an innocent mistake, no matter if it's a kid or anybody else doing it, then it's not a reason to nail them to a fucking cross.
All right. Well,
with anything.
By the way, I completely agree with you. I think that's important. I would like to say the next. Okay, take a deep breath, like before we begin. Violent questions are known for like going as far as they can to be horrifying, and they usually are just so horrifying they either wrap right around into vaguely funny, or you just hate yourself and feel dirty after reading them. So that's how we do things. That's the way Violent does things. Everybody loves her questions. Yes, her. Crystal Wishes probably had the best thing. She yelled on the podcast, "Who hurt you, Violon? Who hurt you?" So, are you prepared? Do you feel like you're in an emotionally safe place right now before we begin?
I've already started reading the question, and I mean, I can just turn my soul. I can just work my customer service magic and turn my soul off. So just fucking do it.
All right, do it.
Let's do this. You are a slut, and you've gotten yourself knocked up. It's not your fault. You've just gotten so excited you have forgotten to take the pill and have decided to go bareback on a client. You've also forgotten to charge them too. That's how good the sex was, so you have no regrets. Or you're just that much of a slut. Anyways, you're a good person, and you don't want fatherless bastards, so you take the medications for abortion. You have fun curling up in agony from the contractions until you're able to pop the lump out in your pants. After the pain vanishes, you go to the bathroom to pass out that clot, and at the top of it is the fetus. You know they say you're not supposed to be able to see it, but he's right there in the toilet water. So you push it out, and you're holding the thing and staring at it. And the whole length of the head and torso is the size of your thumb. It's got these little tiny arms and legs with little nubs at the end that is just hardly even fingered. And these eyeballs, you'll never forget. It's like little baby goldfish eyes. They're just these gooey black eyes with no eyelids. And you realize that your aborted child is beautiful in your eyes. So you put the fleshy masterpiece in a little toilet paper bed on the countertop as you catch up your thoughts. And it's all too amazing. You're just so proud at the thing that's come out of you. You conclude that your genitals are God sent and that you can make a wonderful art of nature. You decide right there that you will preserve its beauty for the world to see. You, however, you pick the fetus up, you accidentally smoosh its head. And will you take the remains of that adorable abortion and preserve it in formalin, or will you toss it into a toilet and flush it down so you can make another one anyway?
Okay, so it's dead. It's dead. Why would you keep it's dead? Why would you keep it?
For sentimental reasons.
Human death culture is so fucking weird. I'd probably flush it. Like, cause it's dead. Like, I don't know. Like, even after I die, just fucking flush me down a toilet. I don't fucking care. I'm dead.
I'm gonna go get like a glass of water mixed with like dish soap and
bleach. But like,
first.
just like, I don't I don't get like the whole human obsession with keeping dead bodies after they're dead. Like I was at a funeral last week, and I'm just like, okay, we're standing around, we're laughing, we're telling some jokes, we're talking about this person. There is a dead body in the middle of the room. Like, does anybody not? It's very strange when you take a step back and you realize that. Like,
Everyone is considering the body, what used to be a person, as a piece of furniture.
yeah, like, and plus the person's not in there anymore. Like, it's literally a clump of cells at that point. Like,
Aren't we all just clumps of cells?
yes, aren't we all just clumps of cells? But like, yeah, after you're like, I don't think I don't think there's really a contest as to what the answer should be. I mean, it's literally like, if I didn't flush it, I'd probably give it a proper burial or something. But like, I wouldn't keep it and preserve it. I mean, why would I?
So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Zyrian would flush your fetus down the toilet.
It's dead.
All right, let's just
This
the final
only makes me
Vylon question.
question what Vylon's home life is like if she just comes up with questions like this on the fly.
I still need that soundbite of Crystal screaming, "Who hurt you, Vylon?" Anyway,
It.
we have one
Alrighty,
more question. We have one more question from Vylon, and then we can move on to something less.
here we go.
Oh my god. I'm
You
hearing.
ever
the
had a
audio of
dream
this.
that you had or you'll do you want you could do so you'll do you want them to do you so much you could do anything.
Have you seen the video that's based off of?
Yes.
It's so good.
Nope.
Yes, I have.
Alrighty, now we'll go to questions from Fluffy Unicorns. Couldn't possibly be worse than what we just done.
Yeah. almost
Question
done,
number
Chris.
one.
Poked the beast.
What's up?
We can do it. We're almost done. I have faith in
Okay.
you. Let's do this.
Number one, why are there so many people in this fandom, and what do you think?
Why are there so many people in this fandom, and what do I
Yes.
think? I do think it's a good. Well, one, a lot of us of this generation that grew up with like the internet and shit, grew up with a lot of the cartoons that were made in a similar manner to My Little Pony in terms of writing and execution. So I do think that was a massive draw to people of our generation, and that combined with the pervasiveness of the internet has just made it that much easier to get in touch with other people, which adds to that. I think it's great. And I do like fandom culture, even though it's like it can be toxic as fuck. I mean, I'm in the Undertale fandom. It's toxic as fuck.
The autism is real.
The autism is real. No offense to any autistics. Like y'all some cool people. Like
No, saying
Oh,
sorry
I'm
in
not
this.
talking
in this
about
podcast.
It's
No saying
fine.
sorry.
We totally understand.
yeah, but like, woo lad. Like I've seen firsthand. Like I started the porn subreddit of Undertale. Like I know I have them bring the autism to me, on a silver platter filled with porn, and so I see it firsthand. And so I mean, I still think overall it's a good thing. Like there are people at these conventions and stuff that go like it's the only place they can go and be accepted as who they are, and I think that's a beautiful thing because it's a stepping stone for people to become more social in their lives as a whole, and that's just like humans are made to be social creatures. So it's just a great thing, and fandoms are good. Fandoms are great. I mean, my life has been like, as corny as it fucking sounds, my life has been changed by the Brony fandom.
And I think that starts to actually answer the next question, which is perfect.
What's my reason to be in the fandom? People. That's it. Like the ponies are cool, but like I stay for the people. Like even if the show ended tomorrow or something, said it got canceled, like please don't. Like, but I still think the fandom would have a few solid years ahead of it, like because like there's still a Gem Con. The Gem has not aired in 30 years, and
There
there's
were
still
more-
a
there
year. Yeah,
There were
there's
My Little Pony conventions before Friendship is Magic came out. And
yeah,
they
there's
were
been
great,
those.
so I'm
There's
not worried.
like there were Gargoyles cons until a few years ago. Like there's like
Truly outrageous, you could say.
Wow.
please jump into a fire.
I know, right?
Still love you, though, baby. Anyway, yeah, I mean it's great. I you come for the ponies, you stay for the people, literally, and it's great. I do think I'm in here for the people. Like the ponies are cool, but it's the stepping stone. It's the common interest that gets you with other people that you learn you have other interests with, and that you can form relationships around these other interests. Yeah.
Alrighty. We'll go to the next question then. Each member of the main six embodies a notion to the full extent. If we were to add their personalities, they barely make a functional person. Is it good or reasonable?
I've seen some people that walk this earth that have a lot less qualities in them as the and they still survive. So I think you'd have more of a functional person than probably 50% of the population on this planet. Which I mean, I think that's reasonable. They'd probably be at the top of the bell curve, but that's better than 50% at least.
Alrighty. Next question. Is chaos the law of nature and order the dream of ponies?
Yes. Like if anything exists, chaos will also exist. And order is something that is always like people strive for. That's why there's societies and laws and stuff. People try to make sense of the chaos around them. And with one, you cannot have the other. So, yes.
All right. Next question comes from Lacey Claire, of course, a good friend to everyone here on the podcast. Her question is: have you considered doing readings in the trademarked voice?
I don't know what Lise hears in my voice. That's so great. Like I've never heard their voice before. But they're always like, oh, but like, yes, I have thought of it. I've just never sat down and done it. But I mean, if people want to listen to my voice, then I'll do it.
Alrighty. Then let's go now to Davy Floor. Question number 1. Would you rather have a loud alarm go every time you get aroused, but only lasts a few seconds, or feel a sharp, agonizing pain in your gut every time someone said your name, which only lasts a few seconds?
I mean, I already do kind of feel a sharp, agonizing pain in my soul every time I name, but I'm sure it wouldn't be too much of a logical leap to go with a physical pain in my gut, so probably that one.
Alrighty. Number 2. Would you rather
say alrighty so much, Priest?
Because he doesn't want to say all right.
Exactly.
Alrighty.
That's
Or I
my
should say all
Priest, I
night.
bet pencil. Priest
Yeah.
sounds like the type of person that wears socks with sandals. Is this true?
Oh no, honey. He actually looks like much better than that. He has better taste than that.
Okay. he literally like I've met you in person, but the way that you sound, I'm just envisioning Chris from Dan Versus.
Oh no.
That is an insult. I feel that.
he's actually quite, smart about what he wears a lot of the time. Except that I would say that 90% of his closet is metal shirts.
Huh.
Well, I also have a Sterling shirt. I mean,
Okay, so you even know.
Band shirts.
all right. Number 2. Would you rather shit little chunks of brick or piss boiling? Piss.
If my genitals are fine afterwards, I think it would be less painful actually to shit little chunks of brick. If you've ever been like really, really backed up, you're probably close. So yeah, the former.
Alrighty. Now number 3.
See,
And now the
alrighty,
hardest.
every time.
What every time?
He says alrighty every time.
All right.
that
We'll
should've-
have to do that as a drinking word sometime.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. And now the hardest would you rather question you will ever be asked. Would you rather have a side soup or a side salad?
Soup.
Good.
Yay! And
Also,
there's
scotch with ice or no ice.
I haven't had scotch.
okay. Well, I can forgive you for that, but you got to do me a favor. You got to try scotch, and you got to try good scotch, and you got to have it not with ice. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Okay. We're good.
All right, now we're gonna go to our final 7 questions, and then we're question number 1: why are you such a white late? From Wanderer D.
1, fuck you. 2, because I don't drink much. 3, because I'm on an SSRI medication, which basically is a ×2 multiplier to anything I drink. So 1 drink for me is like 2 drinks for everybody else. So there's that. And I actually like it. I'm a cheap date. Like I can still afford food later. It's great.
All right. Number 2: milkshake beer? Question mark.
1, fuck. 2, you. Some backstory at the bar. There's this milkshake stout, this chocolate, it was like this cherry, like milkshake cheesecake bullshit stout that was so gross. I couldn't drink it all. I gave up. It was gross. I still have that taste in my life, and it needs to disconnect itself from my life because it was bad. I want the I feel like I need to sue for damages. Whoever invented that just needs to be taken out back and shot in the legs. Death would be too much of a nicety for them.
Alrighty. Number 3: have you gotten more or less used to gunshots?
Depends on where I'm at. If I'm at Rob's house, I'm working on it. The first time I actually heard gunshots really fucking close to me was when we were going to TrotCon 14, TrotCon 14, and we stopped at a friend's house, a mutual friend's house, and he lived in Beaver Dam, Ohio, population 253. We pull up, I get out of the car, I hear a gunshot, I get back in the car. I'm too black for this, so I get back in my car. And so that was my first encounter. And my second encounter was when we came back from the bar at dark o'clock. We're driving Wanderer's car, Wanderer's driving, I'm in the back seat, Rob's in the passenger seat, we're all drunk. And it's nighttime in rural Michigan, and Rob's like, it'd be fun? Takes his fucking gun out of his pocket, rolls down the window, and fires 2 or 3 shots into the air. I don't think I'd ever be very comfortable with that happening, but possibly. I haven't gotten any more used to it, but maybe sometime in the future.
Alrighty. Question number 4: do you think hating yourself for writing a story is healthy?
No, not really. Well, yes and no. Any form of hating yourself isn't the most healthy thing to do, but it is good to every once in a while step back and figure out where you stand morally, and just to find out your baseline. And so it's not probably healthy, but it's probably something that's necessary at some point, just in the sense that even self-hatred is not really healthy, but for some people is a way for them to figure out where they are in their own headspace.
Alrighty. Every time.
Yeah.
Number 5: do you think people are intentionally obtuse when you send them a fail reason for their story and they seem incapable of applying basic changes to get it approved?
I'd want to believe that. I want to believe that they are intentionally obtuse, because I really don't want to believe that. Just fucking dumb. The person that I denied their story because you can't have multiple speakers in a paragraph, and they argued with me about it. They're like, I've read novels, and I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And even if you did, rules are this now. But you'd be surprised at how many people try to argue the fucking point. But yes, I do think they are to an extent, and I'd like to hope so, because if you're that ignorant, then you need to put your stories elsewhere.
All right. Drink, because I said all right that time. Let's see. The next question is from Cuber Snuggles. Do you think clickbait will become a problem here on FinFiction?
It already kind of is.
Yeah, seriously. There are stories called clickbait from one of our favorite writers, actually. So
Oh,
Yeah,
salt
so-
was real.
I mean, clickbait's a problem everywhere on the goddamn internet. So yes.
Want to show you just how much of a problem it actually is.
Sort of fucking God.
Did it cut out?
No,
no.
Huh. But anyways, yeah, just to show you how much of a problem clickbait is on the internet, I believe Crapped was accused of click theft by yeah, they took a video of a drummer or somebody, put it up on their webpage, and people were going to Trapped's webpage rather than the original artist. So the original artist wasn't getting any views or anything.
Oh man, well.
So yeah.
Alrighty, we have one final question.
Alrighty.
It is also from Cuber Snuggles. Will any of you do a live writing event?
I'd be up for it.
Yeah,
I could be convinced to.
I'd be up for it.
I'd fucking do it.
See,
I
like
did.
we're all up for it, and I know Priest actually has done it.
Yeah, I did it to get to the 100th chapter of Fluttershy Wants Your Pants, but I don't have any active plans. It's usually just something that happens.
Exactly.
So that's actually our 2-hour allotted time. Zyrian, thank you so much for coming on. Do you have any closing thoughts or points of advice for us before we sign off?
Space your stories out. Use proper tags, proper short and long descriptions, and if we ask you to change something, please actually make changes before you send it back. And just be decent about it. Like, I've had some people that are really fucking cool. Like, if I deny their story, they're like, "Oh, I didn't find that. Oh, thank you so much for your time." Thank you. Thank you for being cool. For the people that try to argue the point, like, go sit down and think about what you did. So yeah, just be cool. Don't suck. And yeah, keep writing. That's all we can do.
Alrighty. Well, next week we're gonna have our final guest for the month of staff. We're gonna have Present Perfects on with us. It should be a guest. That should be next Friday on the 27th. Is that correct?
That is 7 days from. Well, no, 26th.
Yeah, on Goodness Me on Friday, not on Thursday.
27th.
But so yeah, it is the 27th.
Yes. But that said, thank you, Zyrian, for coming on. We had a great time, and it was really nice to have you along the ride.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. This has been the Good HIU podcast. Thank you, everyone, for tolerating us over 2 hours. This has been a non-pencil.
I need more cough medicine.
I'll take care of that in a second. Enigmatic Otaku.
We'll never know the deep inner workings of Vylon.
Milk.
Bye.
Ravage.
I am the laugh track.
Rob left, and of course Zyrian hung out with us.
Yes.
I'm Flutter Priest, and I need to get pencil cough medicine. Have a good weekend.
Don't forget your cigarettes.
Bye, everyone.